Shalom, shalom, shalom. We're the ISUPK started on 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York. All right, under the Commander Gianna. All right, since 1969, we've been bringing out the truth according to the Bible about who the true Jews are. That's right, the Israelites of antiquity, the so called blacks, Hispanics, Native American Indians. You know what I'm saying? Coolest people on the face of this earth, man, by default. You understand? All right, we are not affiliated with any other Israelite groups. We stand alone. All right, like I said, since 1969, we bring out the truth according to this Bible. We're ground zero. Anybody else is just the imposter. Hey, let me start by saying shalom. Yahweh Shema Shabbat a thumb to the brothers. Yahweh Shema Thabah Shem Yahweh Shah to the sisters. All right, make sure I get my joint on straight. All right, you got any questions? Please type it in the chat. Hey, Shalom Lord Christ, my Aisha out of Cincinnati. Come on, nigga. Like I said, if you have any questions, please type it in the chat. All right, so in typical UPK fashion, it's Tuesday night. All right, so Tuesday night is the Brotherhood night. All right, we teach Brotherhood all throughout the world, man. This is the ISUPK, the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge. All right, we make things practical here. This is not a secret. What was freely given us, we freely give to so called blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians. All right. All right, so tonight's topic, we will be talking about recognizing, man. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you got to break yourself, when it comes to these laws, statutes, commandments. All right. So all throughout the generations, we've been taught dogmatic principles, things that we believe to be true that actually aren't. And those things that we believe to be true are called lies. All right. That's deception. All right. The greatest beast upon this earth is the oppressor. Okay. And he's the most subtle beast of the field. All right, and this is where we get our knowledge from, and it causes us to err greatly, especially through Christianity. Oh man, let me not get started. Christianity is diabolical, man. You understand? This is why we have so much, you know, crime in our communities. It's why we are so defeated as a people. It's because of Christianity. We have more Christians in the world than anything. But thanks to Commander Junior Han and the ISUPK, we're able to wake our brothers and sisters up to the truth about who they are according to knowledge. This is why we have to recognize, man. There comes a point in your life where you have to do a self-assessment. All right. You need to recognize where you are, your demographic, what's going on around you. All right. Everybody's preaching and talking about change every year around December, whatever it, before the new year comes. We're making these New Year's resolutions, things that we don't even stick to or live by. What is the point? You understand? There's always something new to do. Besides, keep these laws, statutes, commandments, which are our identifying characteristics if we keep them. And if we don't keep them, guess what? We're identified by the curses. All right. So here's what we need to recognize. We need to recognize the law. You understand? That's first and foremost. All right. The law teaches us obedience, right? Through fear. All right. We got a precept for that. We're going to go to Proverbs 9 and 10. All right, if you just tuning in, it's the Tuesday Night Brotherhood class. Priest Officer Partazar, 500 out of Columbus, Ohio. All right, so we're gonna get this thing in the King James Version Bible. That's the only version you need to be worried about. All right, the King James Version. All right, so what I say, Proverbs 9 and 10. If you have any questions, please ask and write these precepts down, man. Utilize them. All right, Proverbs chapter 9, verse 10. Like I just said, the law teaches us obedience through fear. You understand? Obedience and fear, actually. All right, this is Proverbs 9 and 10. It says, the fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom. All right. And the knowledge of the holy is understanding. All right. Why is that important for us to know? All right. The fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom. All right, so when it comes to the so-called blacks, Hispanics, Native American Indians, we have this mindset, right? That comes from cognitive dissonance. We always have something to prove, right? Why can't we just be servants? Why? Because each and every single one of us has something to prove to someone that doesn't matter. The only person we need to prove something to is the Most High. You understand? And through Christ, we get understanding. All right. What is that knowledge, man? That knowledge is of self. This is why we have to recognize who we are. Once you recognize who you are, It'll make sense what you're doing, and you'll be able to stop it. Give me just a second. I don't know what that is. I got to wait. All right, and that's imperative. If you're a so-called Black, Hispanic, and Native American Indian, you look at all the other races that are upon the face of the earth, and they have it together. This is their kingdom. You know, they know brotherhood and sisterhood. You understand? White supremacy is at an all-time high, and you know that very well. You know from this election. And you had the neo-Nazis marching downtown on a very populated common street. Why not? This is their kingdom. Hold on for just a second. All right, Salakia. All right, so the fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom. All right, what is wisdom? Let's get that definition real quick. Wisdom, the ability to discern inner qualities and relationships, insight. All right, good sense, judgment. All right, a generally accepted belief, accumulated philosophical. Now we don't need that one. A wise attitude, belief, or course of action. The teachings of the ancient wise men. All right, so hey, Shalom, how Mario Bashmi Ashabakata, my brother right there, man. Every Sunday, man, we on that battlefield, man. Hebrew Academy. Shout out to my brother, man. All right, it's imperative, right, that we fear the Lord, because when we don't, it causes us to err, and we act like the oppressor, who's a proud bastard, man. He doesn't think his destruction is coming, and he thinks that this kingdom is going to last. I was looking at this commercial, right? Something like that for Harry Potter. It said coming soon, 2026. I'm thinking to myself, damn, just so like, so proud. You just know it's gonna be 2026. Well, here in the ICPK, we're praying that your destruction comes now. You understand? Any moment that sky can crack open. All right. 100 million angels coming through Christ to give us our justice, something that's been denied to us in great things and in small things. All right. So when it comes to us, the so-called blacks, Hispanic, Native American Indians, it's very important, all right, that we fear the Lord. What does it mean to fear? All right. What is fear? Look at Merriam-Webster's dictionary. All right. If y'all can hear me, let me know if you can't, if it's coming through choppy. Fear, an unpleasant and often strong emotion caused by anticipation or awareness of danger. When you look at the condition of our people, right, that doesn't happen because we fear the Lord, man. We don't fear our power. And that's the problem. All right. When you don't recognize or have an awareness of danger, then you're going to live in whatever circumstance or situation you think that's conducive to what makes you happy. And what makes you happy generally leads to our demise. Right? Smoking makes us happy. Surgeon General says if you smoke, you will get cancer. Right? Some type of disease. Right? Smoking, doing drugs. As if smoking is not bad enough, we want to find the most strongest weed. You know what I'm saying? Now we got cannabinoid hypermesis, however you say it. You know, we want to do the things that we're not supposed to do. We want to do the things that the other nations do. We want to run around twerking all day, you know what I'm saying, shaking our butts and gyrating like some freaking tribe from Africa. You know, we have no type of decorum with one another whatsoever. You know, we know how wicked the oppressor is because of his imagination. And he's so wicked. We've adopted the adaptations to be just like him and think just like him. And that's the beginning and the end of us because we don't choose to follow our power. We choose to follow another because of what he has. You know, we have a respect as a person. And that's absolutely the reason why we are misled. You know, the preaching the church. Well, we'll spend all our money all during the week and our last little bit of money, we'll go and gamble on a blessing like a lotto ticket. And we give it to the pastor because we think that he makes positive investments. I got news for you. Your pastor is terrible with money. You understand? There's been a building fund, my old church, since I was 4 or 5, still going strong. Every pastor that comes through there, He utilized the building fund to fatten his pockets. Then he leaves. And it's the same rip, the same two-step, right? What happened to you lessening your debt when it comes to the Most High? You can't do it through the Christian church. You have a respect of the person when all actuality, we should respect the Most High in all things that we do. But because your pastor has a nice car, we think he has it all together. You know what I'm saying? We're giving him everything that we scrub the floor and the ground for, just for him to give us a song and dance and be a soothsayer. Tell us things that we want to hear, regardless of the things that we need to hear. Not hearing the ISUPK, no. We're going to cry loud, we're going to spare not. We don't give a damn who you are. When it comes to matters of your livelihood, if you were walking across the street and a freight train was coming your way, you had your Beats by Dre on, and you just sitting there and you drop something, you wouldn't want somebody to be like, hey, young man, get out the way. You got the noise canceling I I earphones on, whatever, from Apple, right? You wouldn't want somebody to sit here and be nice, and just gentle. No, you wouldn't want somebody to come over there and slap them headphones off or grab you off those tracks. You understand? Although we might be rude in speech, not in knowledge. You know what I mean? If you can't hear me, I damn near put my hands on you to save your life, right? If you're in them train, I'm going, hey, what the hell is wrong with you? You know what I'm saying? Take them damn headphones off. Why? You don't want to hear it. You're mad. You almost got ran over. No, I get it. Yes, you did. How could I have proved it to you without you losing your life? This is what every priest and prophet in the ISUPK has to face on a daily basis, right? Fighting our demons so that our loved ones, you know what I'm saying, our sweet honey boo boo, our best friend doesn't have to deal with them. But through Christianity, oh, it's all about your happiness and what you feel. Very sexual like. And everyone has to deal with a Christian's emotions, their demons. Why? Because in their mind, they're their own God, and they can do whatever the hell they want to do. So it's imperative that we know that the beginning, let's go right back to the scripture, Proverbs 9 and 10. All right. This is the book of Proverbs, chapter 9, verse 10. The fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom, and the knowledge of the holy is understanding. What does holy mean? Holy means separate, man. We have a separate knowledge here. In the world, what do you know? Only thing you know is what the hell you don't know, right? And that's not a tongue twister or something to spin you up. It is not deep, right? The only thing you know is what you don't know until you are taught something different. So everything that they taught us, whether it be half truth, half lies, all lies, that's what we believe. And we don't recognize who we are actually because we don't even try, man. I was watching the Discovery Channel and it was talking about an octopus, right? A beast of the ocean, a creature. I wouldn't call it a beast. I mean, whatever you want, a sea urchin, whatever, right? Marine life. Damn right, unlearned, man. We are unlearned people. But not tonight, we not. We're going to learn something. Put something in your medulla oblongata and hopefully it attaches to your hippocampus and you can, you know what I'm saying, not be like the water boy. You understand? You'll learn something. So when it came to this octopus, right, these marine biologists were so taken with his ability to understand that he was in captivity when they took him out of the ocean, right, and put him in a jar. He didn't just sit there, look around, and try to figure out the aesthetic of the jar. He began trying to get out of it. You understand? He began to think of ways to get that lid off. So that tells me something about an octopus that we just don't have as common sense and logic when it comes to us. No, we are comfortable here in this captivity. We're comfortable. You know what I'm saying? We seek rest and glory. Now, let's say the person who put the damn lid on the octopus in the jar didn't poke holes in it, right? Know if it makes a difference. It does actually, because that water was oxygenated would become unoxygenated after a while. You know what I'm saying? Regardless, it would die. So just imagine that octopus, right? Not seeking a way to escape, but seeking rest and glory, as if it's made it somewhere better than where it was in its natural habitat. coasting along the ocean floor, eating up all the crustaceans. You know what I'm saying? He over here eating, Nemo and Dory and all the little Sebastian. He's just tearing up everything, having a great time. Why don't we, right, in 2024, it's 11/26, 2024, right? Day before this wicked holiday, before we start those stupid Christmas, Thanksgiving ham, and some dumb turkey gonna burn your damn house down trying to fry, right? Why don't we understand that we're in captivity? All the other races of people understand it. As soon as they see a Negro, Hispanic, or Native American Indian, all those who fall up under the 12 tribes chart, they say, man, listen, what can I get from this black bastard? Or you might be light skinned. It's the same thought. What can I get from this people? They're stupid, is what they tell themselves. They kill each other and don't give a damn about each other. This is what they think of us. How can an octopus, right, know he's in captivity, right, and still seek a way out? But we, the so-called blacks, Hispanics, Native American Indians, in 2024, we'll be so proud to say, "Oh, I'll never pick cotton." Nigga, you're picking cotton, right? It may not be the proverbial cotton that you think that you will get from the ground, but in all actuality, we're in bondage, man. How do we know this? Let's go to Deuteronomy, the 28th chapter, because we're so smart, but at the same time unlearned. All we know is what we don't know. Won't care to know anything different because, hey, it's been working, or has it? I hear so many old women say that, boy, ain't about to change. Not that I'm 175 years old. Still here for a reason. They still haven't figured it out because you can't recognize what your actual purpose is. Your purpose is not to be a slave. The Lord never intended for us to be at the bottom. All right, we're going to Deuteronomy 28. And let's matter of fact, let's slow walk this thing. I got a little bit of time. Let's go to 27 and 1. All right, because here's where we're failing when it comes to the people we look to for advice. When we look to for understanding, your crooked ass pastors say, well, you have to have your own personal relationship with Jesus H. Christ. He'll tell you that with a straight face. Meanwhile, in his mind, he's like, man, how can I get money off this food? You know, how can I pull, what I'm saying, on their sympathy so that my collection plates will fill up? Let me talk about a sad situation and how I overcame it. It doesn't matter if it's a lie. I was going to fact check the pastor, which you should. He's a greaseball. But here we are. This is Deuteronomy 28, 27 and 1. It says, and Moses with the elders of Israel commanded the people. All right. So now you have righteous leadership. You have Moses and the elders of Israel. All right. Saying, keep all the commandments which I command you this day. All right. So right here is what you call righteous leadership. All right. You have a person who cares about his people, and he has people that are with him who care about the understanding that the people have. And it says that they commanded the people, saying, keep all the commandments which I command you this day. So what's the difference between this time that we're living in now and this time back then? You see, Moses was a righteous man, you understand? And the leadership that he had was unparalleled to the leadership we have today, outside the ISUPK, of course, right? We have what the Meg the Stallions, the Tory Lanes, the Diddler, you know. Oh man, I can't. I hate to say it, but we got these coons that love Donald Trump. Oh my goodness, black women that love the white men who are on TV, and all the famous actors and actresses who are bisexual, trisexual, uh, Zim, whatever the heck you call it, non-binary, and they don't say keep the commandments of God. As a matter of fact, they do something that's even worse. Without telling you, they show you how to break them. And we follow it. We do exactly what it is that they do in hopes to get what it is that they have. That's what you call having a respect as a person. All right. So I'm going to drop that. We're going to go to 28. 28. Here's something that's bedrock. 28 and let's say 1. All right. We're going to start with the blessings first, because this is the Lord's intent for the so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians. All right. This is why we need to recognize this is what happens when you keep the law, statutes, and commandments. It says Deuteronomy, the 28th chapter, verse 1, and it shall come to pass, meaning these things shall happen, and thou shalt hearken diligently unto the voice of the Lord thy God. All right. So you have to constantly read your Bible. Those voices in your head, because we have extreme psychosis, right? We believe that the voice of the Lord is our voice. In all actuality, those thoughts, those negative thoughts that we battle with, and we allow cognitive dissonance, right, to dissuade us, like peer pressure, into doing things that we know we're not supposed to do, right? That's not hearkening to the voice of the Lord. That's hearkening to the voice of self. All right. You got to open up this book. All right. The voice of the Lord's found all throughout the volume of this book. You understand? The King James Version Bible. All right. It teaches us brotherhood and sisterhood. It teaches us the law. It teaches us how to govern ourselves by recognizing where we err at in life. So many times we want to pick up this book to heal someone else, and we ain't healed a damn thing in our own lives. All right. So we have to hearken diligently, man. Diligently. You know, when you cheating on your wife and you in your own bed 'cause you get a rush and your side chick done lost their earring and you're diligently looking for it, you never find it, and she comes home and whoops your ass. That's what it means to be diligent, right? To diligent, like in elementary. All right, they tell you something about a leprechaun and the end of a rainbow and a pot of gold, right? And so as children, they had us diligently out there looking for four-leaf clovers because they said that it would bring some kind of luck. It's bull crap. All right, so now there's something we can absolutely do to fix ourselves. All right, and that's to hearken diligently unto the voice of the Lord thy God, right? Not some stupid rock over in Mecca, your jihad, whatever you want to call it. All right, not that dumb cross, which is a form of torturing apparatus they utilize to kill our king. You know what I'm saying? Not some bundle of sage, not some Palo Santos you think is going to heal your house or cleanse the air. You know what I'm saying? Anytime you burn something, it changes the chemical properties of it. It becomes carcinogenic. All right, so we must understand this. And the Most High created all these things. Why would we serve the creation more than we serve the Creator? That makes no sense. Let me go in here and make a bake a damn pie. And once I've cracked the eggs, and I'm thinking about sweet potato pie, peel the sweet potatoes and did all that. You know what I'm saying? Pause. Nothing to do with Thanksgiving, but I bake the damn pie and then put it up on a mantle and then say prayers to it all day. That's stupid. It has no power. It's meant to be ate. You understand? We got to hearken diligently unto the voice of the Lord, man, not ourselves. All right. Lost my train of thought. But anyways, to observe and to do all his commandments, which I command thee this day. All right. So contrary to what you believe, all right, the difference between the Old Testament and the New Testament, it's simple. It's with the same people, the so-called blacks, Hispanic, Native American Indians, the children of Israel. The Old Testament, right? We used animals for sacrifice. All right, we weren't supposed to have to sacrifice. It was supposed to be a burden, but you have some people that are rich and elect, and when you're able to pay for your sins with that type of sacrifice, I mean, just like in the world, a rich man doesn't give a damn about getting a speeding ticket. He's going to pay it. He has lawyers, commits all kinds of crimes. He waxes worse. All right. The New Testament, see, now that's how this law got in your inward parts. The Most High took his favorite son and he unalived him for our sakes. Not so that you can eat a damn ham sandwich because it was cheaper than turkey. You know, how many times do you think Christ has to go to the cross because you want to do something that he died for, right? He died to be a remission for our sins, not to keep committing the same damn sins. That's stupid. All right, so we're talking about the blessings. All right, this is what happens if you keep the law, statutes, commandments. All right, to observe to do all his commandments, which I command thee this day, that the Lord thy God will set thee on high above all the nations of the earth. All right, so think about it. When you recognize what it means to be set on high, all right, we understand that hell is a condition. You look at our people here, and because of white supremacy and the knowledge that all these other nations have who are confederate against us, that's Psalms 83, right? Um, they're above us because we don't have the knowledge of who we are, our identity. So therefore, we don't perform the things that we're supposed to perform and do, like keep the law, statutes, commandments. So now we're in a situation where we're in a hellish condition. Doesn't matter. Diddy was at the top, billionaire. He's absolutely in hell. Absolutely. It's conditioned. All right. And the Lord's anger will burn on every level of hell. You understand? So if we keep the law, statutes, and commandments, we'll be on high above all these nations upon the earth. Just imagine black supremacy ruling supreme. That's what you would call the kingdom of heaven, right? Where little black girls know they're beautiful. They don't have psychological issues because the quintessential beauty queen or Miss America's some little John Bonet Ramsey who look like a freaking porcelain doll. You understand? Like raw chicken. No one wants to eat raw chicken. Everyone loves that golden brown chicken with a nice crust on it. You know what I'm saying? It's very delicious. When it comes to the so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians, the Bible says that we are the salt of the earth. Salt is flavor, man. That's what we have. That's what we were given. You understand? And so to be put above all of these nations, just imagine, everything that you want being laid at your feet. You being in rulership for once, not wickedly, but righteously. Being able to allow your kids to go out here in these corners, highways, and byways, and allowing them to just play, knowing that you have strong Israelite men and a strong Israelite community and women that are going to watch over these children. So there don't be no molestation, no murder, you know what I'm saying? No tweakers and geekers. You understand what I'm saying? That's going to be the kingdom of heaven, where our enemies are going to be in chains and they're going to get righteous judgment. You know, when someone steals, they should return the property they stole. All right. When someone kills, they should pay for the crimes they commit. So when it comes to the oppressor, because of Christianity, we want to forgive. But when it comes to our brothers who are going through what they're going through because of the wicked oppressor's oppression, you understand, we want to seek justice upon our brothers and sisters first. That is a very wicked thing. And that's what we learn in Christianity. No, if someone needs justice, it's the so called blacks, Hispanics, Native American Indians, right? And we need justice for the crimes that were committed against us, right? Over 400 plus years. All right. You can't go a day without thinking of that bastard that asked you for $5. You know, you got a check and you mad. You know, his rent took up his whole check. Child support took the other half. He's in the negative. Now he owes money. You don't give a damn. You don't care that that brother or that sister's in that predicament because of the person you love so much, which is the oppressor. Stockholm syndrome is a mere minor statement of what we're homeborn slaves. The image of Caesar Borgia is the image of God in all our minds. To this day, you close your eyes right now. You say crackhead, you're gonna see Dave Chappelle. I need some crack. You're gonna see a black man. You think about addiction. You think about all the negative things. And guess what we're going to see when we think about, the image of Christ? You're going to see Caesar Borgia, who was very wicked, and he was a murderer. You understand? So we need to recognize who we are, right? Stop taking their word for it and get in this Bible. Ask our questions. This is what these classes are for, right? Not to generate confusion, but to generate understanding so that you can recognize where you are in life and how to get up out of the situation that you're in called hell, because we're all in it. We're all in this captivity. This is what salvation is for. While your Christian pastor is saying it's for everybody, turn to your neighbor. And you're looking at somebody who's not even of the same nationality as you. That's not your neighbor, right? Just because he bought a cup of sugar or he gave you an extra chicken wing one time, it's not your damn neighbor. The so-called blacks, Hispanic, Native American Indians, those are your brothers. Those are your sisters. Those are our brothers. Those are our sisters, man. And it's clear and apparent. They're a confederate against thee. You understand? The so-called oppressors. All right. So if we keep the law, statutes, and commandments, something that the Christian church teaches us not to do, which they got from the oppressor, right? The Lord will put us above all these nations. Now, you wonder why there's always a liquor store and a church in every community. I'm talking about black community, along with a Martin Luther King Boulevard. That's where we're going to find the biggest church and the best liquor store. Stays open late. Why is that? That 501c3, where they say they're supposed to give back to the community. Oh, they don't give back. You know what I'm saying? Indeed, but only in tongue. Promises. You understand? Broken promises at that. to keep you kneeling at their doorsteps, praying and praying and praying while they live it up, seeking the glory. Everybody wants to be TD fakes, have a mega church, do all kinds of lascivious and say uh, terrible things online. You understand? Let's skip down to verse 15. All right. And this is what we're going to recognize right here today, why we're in the condition that we're in. All right, this is Deuteronomy 28, chapter verse 15. All right. But it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken to the voice of the Lord thy God, right? We've been through this, to observe, to do all his commandments and his statutes, which I command thee this day. All right. One big lie that the Christian church teaches, they say that, oh, there's only 10 commandments. There are way more commandments than that. You understand? Way more. And here's the thing, utilize logic. All right. If you're not a store owner or someone who deals in husbandry, which is absolutely needed, you don't have to worry about crops and not taking away the gleaning. All right. That's not something for you. So those commandments wouldn't apply to you. But as for the other ones that do, you're absolutely supposed to keep them. Because if we don't, this is what happens. This is what befalls the so-called blacks, Hispanics, and American Indians. That all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee. All right. And man, all these curses. All right. Let's start with the first curse. Cursed shalt thou be in the city, and cursed shalt thou be in the field. All right. When you think about today's work, all right. Cursed shalt thou be in the city, cursed shalt thou be in the field. Everywhere we go in this wicked nation, you will never be able to escape the Lord's curses. You're going to see homeless people in the warehouses, well, not in the warehouses, in downtown in the city, you know what I'm saying? You'll see them in the country, living in squalor. We're everywhere. We're cursed in the skyscrapers and the Fortune 500 companies, and we're cursed in the Amazons out in the country and in the fields and every place we go, man. We're cursed. Why? Because we don't hearken diligently into the voice of the Lord. Our power, man. That's why we don't have any. We're so mesmerized by this fake image of power that the oppressor has that we just don't fortify the truth within us. All right, let's skip on down to 18. No. Skip on down to 20. Says, the Lord shall send upon thee cursings, vexation, and rebuke, in all that thou settest thy hand unto for to do. So you ever think about, man, that just irritates me. Somebody's always talking about how they're so irritated. That just irked my nerves. Can't even drive without road rage, thinking about killing somebody. That's vexation, man, of mind. To be extremely irritated. Get your check. I knew I put them hours in. And somebody done fumbled the ball when it comes to your hours. Oh, you wait till next check. Then he's off on vacation. Now you got to argue with 3 or 4 supervisors. And guess what? You never see that money. You late on your bill. Car, you're driving down the street. They got the low jack on you. It just shuts off in the middle of the road. Understand, man. How we see ourselves doing the dope fiend lean. Those are curses, man. Everything we deal with from pestilence to these plagues, man. And that's because we don't fear the Lord. To keep the knowledge that if we do, that we'll fare way better than what we're faring right now. It says, until thou be destroyed, man. When you read the word woe in this Bible, that's what it means to be destroyed. We are destroyed as a people. We don't give a damn about Jay-Z, his paintings, him wanting to look like Basquiat. Nobody really gives a damn. He's one person. What about collectively? People want to talk about the what was that? The Alabama brawl, whatever it was. The fight, the black and the white. The black don't win, we all jump in. You understand? That was one account. One account where, some brothers had another brother's back. You understand? He was fed up the way he threw his hat up in the air. Like, we are destroyed as a people. And that's because we don't know who we are. And until thou perish quickly because of the wickedness of thy doings. When you keep these laws, statutes, commandments, you understand, it should be because, for one, you want to serve the Lord. And two, in all righteousness. When you transgress the law, it's called a sin for a reason. It is wicked. Everybody has the person made up in their mind of that friend who's perfect. Women call it their dream man. Someone made up in their head. And that dream man has came and went 45 times over. And the reason why she never noticed wasn't because of the man, it was because of the perception, right? You perceived yourself to be greater than what you actually are. And it comes to men, the same thing. We can't utilize this book called the King James Version Bible, that the Lord so graciously allowed us to have to correct ourselves. Therefore, we have no accountability. That's why we need to recognize what it is that we're doing individually. You can't blame someone else for what you allow yourself to do because of a lack of self-discipline, which we're going to get to. You understand? For thy whereby thou hast forsaken me, man. We forsake the Lord. Don't I read the dumbest post. This girl said, I got mad at my dude and I went out and she performed fellatio on like 15 dudes. I read the comments, something I usually don't do. And brothers is like, man, drop the low. Where's she at? Type stuff. You're not forsaking, what I'm saying, that man. You're forsaking yourself in the sight of the Most High. You're only hurting yourself. You're making your calling and election sure. And here's the key point. You didn't have to have a reason to do what you naturally wanted to do. It wasn't because you were mad at him. It was because you wanted to do that. Dumb it, man. Literally, you have to be a dumb bitch to think that going out here and opening your legs is going to hurt the man that loves you and does his best to protect you. Like, you're only hurting yourself. Seriously, you have to account yourself to be worth more than that. That's something that you learn from the oppressor. That is not the fix to anything. Sister, you're worth more with your legs closed. And hey, brothers, listen, y'all ain't getting away scot-free. If you know this sister's going through something, don't be some predatory type bastard, man. Always on the prowl. A busybody looking for something to smash. Like, come on. Know how to say no sometimes, man. We got to increase the quality of our standards of living holistically. If the Lord chooses to be a special people, then who the heck are we to say contrary? Just because of what? A condition? Now's the time to prove who we really are. It is not who they say we are, it's who the Bible says we are. Hence these classes. You understand? I'm gonna go ahead and drop that. You got any questions, please put in the chat. All right. So through punishments, the Most High shows his authority over us. Like you can't deliver yourself out of the Most High's hand, no matter what you do. So oftentimes we think that suicide is going to be the answer and the reason, and it's not. The person that you think that you're going to hurt, right? They usually don't care. The people that actually love you are the ones that suffer the most. That's a very sad thing because our people deal with this a lot because of oppression. This is why we need salvation. And the only way to get it is by doing what thus saith the Lord. If people say, I pray over, I'm saved. The only thing you can be saved from is sin, and that's if you keep the law, statutes, and commandments, right? When I say sin, I mean the punishments of sin for transgressing the law. It's not a free entry into the kingdom of heaven because you say you're saved. No, you have to have faith. And faith is something that you just think about. It's the work that you do with your hands. That makes the difference between serving the Lord in tongue and in deed. You got to put your hands to the plow, black man, Hispanic man, and Native American man, woman, and child. All right. So the laws show and establish who is an authority over Israel. So what does it say when we rebel and break these laws? It says that we don't give a damn about our well-being. You have a rebellious child, right? And to rebel, you don't do things in secretly. That person that you're rebelling against has to know, So you take a stance of being a scorner and you have an open disdain. And guess what? Just like you would slap hold your lips out, bip, bip, go in there and sit down, and piss you off to the core. But that's what you needed. You need to get popped. You need to get slapped around a little bit till your dad came home and laid the smack down like the rock. You understand? What do you think the Most High is going to do? He sent Christ to teach us. He was perfect. He killed his favorite son for us. And Christ has the job. He holds the keys to life and death. You know what I'm saying? Like you got to really make it make sense. The person that's willing to go to bat for you and be your defense attorney, you're willing to sell out, right? And commit sin with the prosecutor. How stupid can you be selling a gun to a cop, lay it on thick with some drugs, and then talk right into his microphone and make sure your face and your fingerprints are on his webcam? You're going down. We have to do a better job of recognizing. The time is far past. We need to wake up out of this sleep. If we follow righteous authority, that entail makes us righteous, right? If we keep the law, statutes, and commandments. And the Bible says the law, statutes, and commandments are not grievous. All right. So if you're wondering what this has to do with brotherhood, man, you have to understand this, right? When it comes to the so-called blacks, Hispanics, Native American Indians, we lack brotherhood because we don't want someone to rule over us and lets us the oppressor. This is why we find ourselves every year, well, whenever they have the elections, in the voting polls, voting for one wicked slave master after the next to rule over us. It hurt you too, butt hurt to let, what I'm saying, Tyron, what I'm saying, rule over you. It couldn't be him. What I'm saying? All he wants to do is, get a new grill, ride clean. Meanwhile, the oppressor wants to freaking freak you with no Vaseline. He wants you to work for nothing. He wants you to suffer. He wants you to burn in this hellish condition. He wants your teeth to grit. He wants to piss you off so bad that it seems like you're inflamed and you get those little pins and needles and sweat beads run on. And this is who we choose to love. Right? And here's the thing. In order to love the Most High, right, you have to hate. There is no love without hate. Why? Because there won't be any difference. If every day upon this earth was a good day, there would be no such thing as a bad day. So when it comes to us seeking love from a nation of people, how about we start seeking it from ourselves? We know how to dress, we know how to cook, we know how to clean, we know how to do all these things. In every nation that we're poured into, we seek love from the oppressor, and all he has is heavier chains and bondage for us. How about we seek love from one another by serving the Lord and doing what's in our best interest and taking our hearts, which is our minds, out of this wicked kingdom? So I'm telling you right now, it's going to burn. You understand? Keeping the law is a quintessential part of having self discipline, right? Only the white man, who is the devil the Bible speaks of, which is the deceiver, believes in manifesting his destiny, whether it be in your house, right, or from sea to shining sea. Had us sing that stupid song and programming us as children. As young adolescents, we believe that we can manifest destiny. How can you manifest the destiny that's already been obtained? Continental land divide. You think you're going to get a piece of that American pie? Now, I got news for you. You're going to be on your hands and knees in there peeling potatoes to make that pie. That's the only thing. You're not going to get a piece. And don't you dare lick your finger while you're making that pie. Oh, no, they're going to cut it off. You're going to get fired after 30 years of hard labor. You understand? Self discipline, man. What is self discipline? Correction or regulating oneself. Like I said, you have to break yourself. You know what I'm saying? You're going to have to check yourself as if you got in a car accident because the damage has already been done. And we don't correct this damage, guess what we do? Guess what we do? We pass it along to generation to generation. You told me you're breaking a generational curse because you got paid what? Five extra $1,000 because of what? A newborn baby? They're going to spend that money on weave and purses. That's what we're going to spend it on. Weed, weave, purses, you know what I'm saying? Rent. We don't believe in owning the damn thing. We can't even own our identity. And that's the problem. You understand? We need to correct and regulate ourselves. And how do you do that? Well, you do that with that book called the Bible. You understand? It's in every hotel room, dresser, every courtroom. You think about it. You might get out of some of that drama you're in, we might be able to get out of some of that if we kept the laws, statutes, and commandments. How can someone know your lineage, your heritage, your history better than you and me? Crying shame. All right. We have to be able to correct and regulate ourselves for the sake of improvement. The sake of improvement. That's brotherhood. You know, there's a brother that you have to worry about. Absolutely. You're going to toil. You're going to toss and turn at night. You're going to be uncomfortable. And your subconscious knows exactly why. There's a sister that you're not going to be able to let off your mind. Why? I wonder what she's out there doing. Hope she's safe. Hope she doesn't end up on hard copy or cold case files. Hope he doesn't end up on first 48. That is a lack of brotherhood if you're that person. I've been that person. Barakatah why you shy for Commander Junior Hana and every brother in the ISUPK that falls up under that UPK banner. Because they know how to give what was freely given to them. That's the law, statutes, commandments, and the understanding and the knowledge according to this Bible without bias. How did I learn what I know now? Hey, Jeremiah Hyman, look into this camera. You know what I'm saying? And I'm sitting here thinking about the things that I'm doing. And he says, if you do X, Y, Z, I know why you do it because you're an idiot. And guess what? He was absolutely correct. If you don't have accountability to know that, hey, man, the teachers will mark these X's on your paper because you were wrong, then it's gonna be a rough one for you, Agua. It's gonna be rough. You can take accountability for your actions, right? And be able to prove them beyond a shadow of a doubt by keeping these laws and commandments consistently and diligently, right? You'll be able to take accountability for your brother's actions. And we only want to take accountability for our actions. And so our brothers in the world, I didn't have my name there. I was like, man, my brother was like, man, you want to fix what's going on in your life? You've got to keep the law, statutes, and commandments. And I'm thinking to myself, I ain't murdering nobody. I love my mom and my dad. I'll do whatever they say. That's not honoring thy father and thy mother. That's a complete misconception. That's sad. Every black man's wish is to buy his mother a house because she done ran off the dad or he left, being a selfish bastard. You understand? You think the Ten Commandments are no, there are a lot more that apply to you, black man, Hispanic man, Native American man, woman, and child. You understand? And this is why we teach these classes all throughout the nation, all throughout the week. And we got mighty priests and prophets that have podcasts, radio shows, scripture breakdown, the law class here in Columbus, Ohio. Hans Khan's gonna be teaching on Wednesday at 7 p.m. Um, Priest and Officer Izab taught the Brotherhood class in Dayton, Ohio, early today from 4 to 6. And Yahweh going to be teaching in Dayton, all right, at 7 o'clock, 7 to 9, man. So we're out here doing this for our people. No, we don't get paid to do this. This has to be done. How would you feel if you were locked up in jail and they never came to give you your lunch because they didn't feel like it? We're in captivity together, black man, Hispanic man, Native American Indian. If I fail, you fail. We all fail together. There's a punishment that the Lord gives us collectively, and there's a punishment we get individually. And you know what that punishment is? Like I said before, the wicked oppressor has a very vivid imagination. He'd be called to the scene of a triple homicide. They say he was a 6-foot white male, green shirt, blue jean pants. And what he's going to see in his head is synonymous to what you see in your head when you think about Christ, except for it's going to be a black man. You think about Christ being a white man, and he's not. And in the oppressor's brain, when he gets called to the scene of this triple homicide, he's going to see a black man with a green shirt on and blue pants, 6 foot at that. White just goes right out his head. That's how much brotherhood he has for his brothers and sisters. We can't have that. Every time we hear something bad, right? Not every time, we know we have enough sense to know that we ain't going to no church because it's the holiest of holies, and it's absolutely not to do something that with Dylan Storm, whatever his stupid name is, did. You know what I'm saying? And shoot up some stuff. I mean, we have enough sense to say, okay, yeah, we're not mass shooters, but we don't have enough common sense not to love them and forgive them. They'll say, oh, you stole from my family? Cursed be thou, your whole generation upon generation. And that's crazy. They stole more from us than we could ever do. What we're taking is what is due to us. And not to say that we're supposed to steal, but I mean, we got to make it make sense. All right. Let's go to First Peter. First Peter 1 and 13. You got any questions? Please type it in the chat, man. All right. Type it in the chat. Shout out to the brothers that dropping that new music, man. Shout out to those sisters that's dealing with a hard to deal brother. Shout out to those brothers that's dealing with a hard to deal sister, man. Like we all been there. You understand? And that's no excuse. I'm not condoning it. But just know that mercy you received, you're gonna have to pay it back one day. I mean, maybe today, maybe tomorrow. As long as you keep that in the forefront of your mind, maybe the Lord will have mercy on you like he had mercy on me. Or the next man or the next brother. You know, they say them fools are crazy, they're brainwashed. Well, how could you clean up something that's filthy and dirty? You know, you'll wash your drawers. You know what I'm saying? You got them big Debo dookie streaks in them. You'll wash your feet. How about you wash your brain so that you can come out the Christian church? You can get from around that wicked ass Thanksgiving table. You know what I'm saying? Where your auntie, your cousin trying to play footsies with you because you done growed all up and ain't seen you in a while. You don't have to sit beside your molester. You don't have to do that. You don't have to celebrate the goddamn slaughter of our brothers and sisters, man. You don't have to serve the oppressor. We can stop doing that. All right, First Peter 1 and 13. Man, here we go. Let's get this thing. First Peter 1 and 13. And it reads, wherefore, because of that, gird up the loins of your mind. All right. What are your loins? That's precious and sacred to you, man. Your loins. Your family, your jewels, man. How do you gird something up? Well, you prepare them, right? You prepare them for something by fastening to you. All right. Fastening it to you. If you had a belt, it fastens your pants to your waist. You have to gird up the loins of your mind. The loins should be who you are, your identity, respectfully enough, right? Understanding that you need to recognize that you're a so-called Black, Hispanic, and Native American Indian. That's your identity. And your identity is the epitome of brotherhood. You need to understand that. Christ was identified, the King of the Jews. Absolutely. Barakatah Wayawashai. He went up on that cross, perfect every freaking way, sinless. You understand? That's brotherhood. Laying down your life for your brother. How do you do that now? Spiritually, by being renewed in spirit, putting away and casting away talks of the old man. Why would you want to anger the Lord? Speaking of a wicked, filthy bastard that you no longer are, right? Become renewed. Wash your brain. Stop celebrating Christmas. Don't celebrate Thanksgiving, man. It's so simple. You know what I mean? Just don't show up. How about this? You like drinking anyhow, like the average commercial. You ain't doing nothing with your life anyhow. How about get drunk and pass out? Pass out all throughout freaking Thanksgiving. Wake up, right? Get yourself together, eat you some spaghetti, and then call everybody the day after. How about doing that, Black man, Hispanic man, Native American Indian? How about turning your phone off and then not worrying about and say it died? How about doing that? How about ignoring this wicked holiday and see how it changes you, right? Not having to sit beside someone you absolutely hate and lie about things that you're not even grateful for. If you were grateful for your life, you'd be recognizing, be tuning into class, you'd be up at that UPK banner, and you'd be doing the job that a priest is supposed to do, not just slaving in this wicked, wicked, wicked kingdom to make the oppressor more and more famous and more rich. You understand? What else I got on that? Gird up the loins of your mind. Give me just a second. Wherefore, gird up the loins of your mind. Be sober and hope to the end for grace that is to be brought unto the revelation, the revealing of Jesus Christ, man. Like, we got to make this thing relatable to one another. We all hope for things in the world. Now it's time to hope for something that's going to give us a common bond. And that's the return of Christ, man. That's where we're going to get salvation. Salvation is the end of oppression. While you're sitting here voting for Donald Trump to be more wicked, you know what I'm saying, and to deport our brothers after, fixing up all these stupid cookie cutter houses and doing everything that he doesn't want to do and making this world great again, right? By us being in chains. You'll put that dumb red hat on as if this world was ever great without you being in slavery. That's the part. You understand? Damn that, man. She want this place to burn, just like my background. You understand? We got to take our minds, you know what I'm saying, our minds about this wicked captivity and serve the Lord. All right. So we need to fasten our identity to us, man. These laws, statutes, commandments. It's going to be our separating and determining factor, man. All right. Go to Proverbs 3 and 31. You understand how to do that even further. If you got any questions, please type it in the chat. All right. Pay attention to these precepts. You got any questions about the breakdown? I can break it down even further. But, fast and gird up the laws of your mind, man. Hold these things down so you can hearken diligently, man, like a good warrior. Instead of unaliving somebody and spinning the block when you're brothers, man, do something that's going to make a goddamn difference. And that's stand up and be a man. Put that gun down, son. You understand? And pick up this book. Stop killing your brother. We're going to need each other one day. You understand? We're going to need each other one day because the oppressor, he's not killing his brothers. Oh, no. He's making them wise. He's making them richer. He's putting them through grueling exercises so that they can come and try to take a hold of us. And you know what? I'm not going to let that happen. And neither is no man up under this UPK banner. You understand? This is Proverbs 3 and 31. Envy not. Envy thou not the oppressor. All right. Envy, man. Let's talk about envy real quick. Because this is why we lose self-discipline. We like to envy. A painful or resentful awareness of an advantage enjoyed by another, joined with a desire to possess the same advantage. This is what Diddy did when it came to the oppressor. And he didn't give a damn, right, when it came to what he went through and who he had to sacrifice to get up there to where the oppressor was. That's why the oppressor allowed him to stay because he was absolutely, absolutely committing atrocities against his own people. That's how you get a seat with the oppressor. Oh man, you have to have a lack of brotherhood. All this artist coming up unalived, he's just doing the most, selling his soul, his time, which the Lord gave to him to live lustfully in this wicked kingdom. Man, you gotta be, man, listen, you gotta be shitting me. That is not brotherhood. Let me read that again. All right. Painful or resentful awareness of an advantage enjoyed by another. Right? What is that advantage? It's called white supremacy. How do you combat white supremacy? With black supremacy. And it starts with caring about who the hell you are. Black man, Hispanic man, Native American woman and child. That's how you combat white supremacy with black supremacy. You have to hold yourself accountable for your actions. You can't envy the oppressor because of what he has. You know what? How he got that by whipping our backs. You don't care about the ancient, those who came of old, who were raped, robbed, and beaten for no reason. While we out here shaking and gyrating and twerculating and doing all this stupid stuff, you know what I'm saying? And you just forget about our brothers and sisters who wanted to be covered up, who were stripped butt naked at the whipping post, sold to the lowest bidder, an object of envious notice or feeling. All right. So malice, okay, joined with a desire to possess the same advantage. This is why we have no brotherhood. Because we understand if we have brotherhood, we can't have what the oppressor has. And that's the riches and the glory of this kingdom. So we're willing to sell out our own, eat the flesh of our own arm just to get nowhere. Just how many people do you see break into waste side management? How many? I've never seen a one break into the city dump. We're trying to break our way into captivity by envying the oppressor, right? You love your mother, suppose you love your cousin, you love little Junebug, but you don't realize that we're family. We're brothers and sisters, man. Flesh of my flesh, bone of my bone. You're willing to do what the oppressor does to us to our own because you envy what he has. And the Bible says, read again. This is the book of Proverbs, chapter 3, verse 31. Envy thou not the oppressor, and choose none of his ways. When we envy him, we choose all of his ways, hoping that we're going to get what he has. And guess what we end up with? Abortion. We end up with homicides. We end up with domestic violence. We end up with trauma. We end up with hunger. We end up with poverty. We end up in a far worse situation. I just read you in Deuteronomy. What happens if we keep the law? We're choosing the way of the oppressor. He's not a part of the covenant. He's not up in there. He got his blessing. He was blessed in the damn field and with the sword. That's why you always see him climbing a damn tree out here trying to dress like foliage, sneaking up on some dang on deer, either to hump it or to harm it. Literally. Two different manner of people, man. Envy thou not the oppressor, man, and choose none of his ways if you're a so-called Black, Hispanic, and Native American Indian. And here's how you do this. You have to understand. We're going to go to Exodus 15 and 3. This is what you have to understand. You have to understand that the Lord is a man of war. The Christian church teaches you how to be docile, how to sleep, how to choose rest in his kingdom and look for glory. That's all he wants. You want to be known for something, whether it's killing your brother or sleeping with the most men or women, right? Being defecated on for $13,000. That is an absolute insult. And you will let someone defecate on you for 10 rackets. That should tell you that money is nothing. Has like, I mean, it's a good defense, but ain't nobody defecating on me for no amount of money. Like, I would absolutely unalive you if you thought you were going to do that. Like, that's crazy. You just think that's a flex, flying out to Dubai and letting some wild man take a dump on you, and then he don't even whack off or nothing. He just wants you to be lower than low. He hates your freaking stinking filthy guts. Leaves you in a hotel room, gives you 10 bands, and that's his flex. He's gonna go and talk about it to the rest of the sheiks while they're dressed like toilet paper. Come on, man, we gotta do better. What what would you do for a Klondike bar was the question posed. What would you do for money? We're seeing it here in 2024. We're seeing it. Our brothers and sisters, she'll sell her soul for man, a jelly roll, man. Ain't even no jelly in the roll. Probably something else. Good night. That brother is absolutely right. Kahan Sakan, man. Shout out to that brother, man. He's doing man an excellent job in Israel with these shorts, these reels, these videos. Man, I remember the brother. I'm telling you right now, he couldn't even turn the computer on. But when the Lord calls you to do your job, which his name is to perform thy duty, you absolutely have to do it. No cowards, no excuses, man. And that brother has a crazy story to tell. But understand this, he rather glory in his infirmities, man. You know what I mean? Than to be a wicked bastard like your Christian pastor who's going to lie about the things that he has never done, just to get in your pocket and get in your mom's old drawers. Your greasy granny with the hole in her panties. You understand? Like, shout out to you, brother, for sure, for sure. Man, this is the Columbus takeover, man. All right, let me see if there's anything left on that. Um, oh, we're going to Exodus 15 and 3. So, Lockie, this is what you need to know, man. Exodus 15 and 3. The Lord is a man of war, man. The Lord is his name. You understand? What is a man of war? Man, he's about that action. He's a man of battle. The Christian church teaches you to be gay with a big G. You understand? It teaches a man how to have, man, feminine tendencies. You know, it teaches you everything that the oppressor is. How to be a low down, dirty, no good, slithering freaking snake or slimy slug. You know, and this is our problem. We don't want to go to war. You rather erase it, scratch that, start over. This is why our sisters abort these babies. And then you're gonna cry when Michael Jackson dies. You Tupac died, I don't know how long ago. He's still alive, according to some people. Well, if you stop aborting these babies, we had 3 or 4 Tupacs. If we stop aborting our brothers, hey, listen, we have to worry about having another King Von. But no, you got to be into it till we die. How about we be into it with the goddamn white man until he dies? Now, I'm not saying kill him because the Lord's going to take care of that. How about we take back our identity? You understand? And by doing so, we can have brotherhood for one another and we can release the yokes of iron upon our neck all at the same time. And we get rid of that yoke of iron, guess who has to wear it? The one that bared it to us in the first place. That's the oppressor. Now his kingdom's starting to fall spiritually. You know what I'm saying? I'm back on. You know what I mean? I'm, you know, I'm with the brothers in them. You know what I'm saying? I'm just chilling with the brothers in them, man. Fuck wrong. You know what I mean? And that's how we take back this thing that we've lost, which is called our identity. We have to recognize that it's gone in the first place. We don't recognize that. Aren't you tired of being an African American? And the Africans look at you like, you ain't my brother. Aren't you tired of being from nowhere? Aren't you just tired of being lost? You should be. Oh, I was tired of being lost. I found the truth up in this ISUPK banner. You understand? It's been on my back, ever since I came into this truth, man. Ever since I got the understanding that I had to have some accountability. All right, let's see here. Proverbs 1 and 10. Let's get there real quick. This is brotherhood, man. These are things you have to do, all right, in order to combat that wise one, the wicked one. Proverbs, what I say? 1 and 10. We about to get up out of here too, y'all. So lock in. My son, if sinners entice thee, consent thou not. Oh my goodness. What does it mean to consent? Let's get this definition. Uh, you even took some, you saying, don't tell nobody. That is not consent. All right, consent. To give assent or approval. I can't read today. Yeah, assent or approval. All right, to agree. All right. Don't agree with your brother wanting to go out here and spin till he gets dizzy, looking for the ops. Don't agree to that sister, what I'm saying, shaking you down for a low seafood crab boil. You know, don't consent to sit at that table because your mama said, "Oh, just come on and get something to eat." Don't even think about the holidays. Next thing you know, she's holding you, telling you about how you was a little stupid, big-headed baby, how she breastfed you, and now you're telling her what you're so grateful for, and you didn't walk through the fire, man. Like, damn that, man. Let me read that again, because this is brotherhood. This is how no one's ever told me. I'm telling you now. Proverbs 1 and 10. My son and daughter, synonymous. If sinners entice thee, man, man, go ahead, go take a puff, take a hit. You know what I'm saying? Take a hit. That's all you have to do. Consent thou not, man. Don't do it. All right, man. Come on. Come on, man. All right, let's just do a hurry up. Got that runner. You and there making love. Everybody like, no, no, you don't have to do it. You know what I'm saying? New Year's party, everybody, nah, I'm good. Birthday, nah, I'm good. You better read Job. What happened to Job's kids for celebrating birthdays? The rules conclave. He lost all his kids due to a stupid birthday. The Lord allowed it. Satan's going to do his job. He loves you to death. From the cradle to the grave, he loves you to death. You understand? All right, drop that. I'm going to go to Deuteronomy 7 and 6. I'm trying to get some basic precepts, Some news you can use, you'll be confused. You understand this wicked ass kingdom, man. Slow feet don't eat. And you gotta watch what you're running to. You know what I'm saying? You gotta watch what you're running to. If it's sin, you're never gonna win. All right. Deuteronomy 7 and 6. That's that one stuff, man. Keep you from doing that dumb stuff. All right. Deuteronomy 7 and 6. And it reads, For thou art an holy people unto the Lord thy God. That's separate. What's separate about your black ass? Huh? Nothing. What was separate about me in the world? Nothing. I might be a little taller than you. I might look better than you do. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't matter. You know what I'm saying? It does not matter. All right? Don't matter. If you're sinning, it does not matter. For thou art an holy people unto the Lord thy God, man. Separate. When it comes to the 45 trillion, billion, gazillion Christians, there's nothing. Oh, well, some Christians this, some Christians that. You hold the title, which is very derogatory, then, hey, like, I don't care how gay you are. You know what I'm saying? And, hey, if you're homosexual, that's you. You can't explain to me how you fell off your dean, yo. Can I eat Thanksgiving turkey, even though I know it's not a high holy day? Hell no, you can't eat Thanksgiving turkey. You understand? And listen, it depends on what spirit you're in as well. All right. So let's say you out kicking it with the Akim, man, and you got a brother that's doing his 90 days. He don't understand that shit. We done made these turkey sandwiches to pass out, and we had some left over, and we got some in the fridge. And so he asked, "What kind of meat is it?" And, well, it ain't ham and cheese, nigga. You know what I'm saying? It's turkey. It's a turkey sandwich. Well, ain't this sinning? Well, since you give me this turkey sandwich, you go in there and you get you a bologna sandwich now. You get you a peanut butter and jelly. All right. So when it comes to eating turkey on Thanksgiving, if your brother's going to fall because of it, don't do it. Steer clear of it. You understand? There's nothing like you. I'm like me. You know, when I get to working again, you know what I'm saying? Oh my goodness. You know, if that's what my old lady fixes me on my life, I'm eating it. Don't give a damn what day it is. I don't celebrate Thanksgiving. You know, it's about the spirit, you know what I'm saying, that you're in. You feel me? You know, Africans, they just put on whatever shoe they can fit. Doesn't matter if it's pink, purple, or green, you know. My old lady get cold, she'll throw on one of my sweaters. She's not trying to be a bull dyke. It's the spirit she's in. She's just trying to get, and she wants to smell like me because I got on that car glass. Shout out to Captain Tazariak, man. Hey, listen, if your marriage is failing, man, you better throw on some of that get down and save you quick. So, can you eat Thanksgiving turkey? Hell no. Can you eat turkey on Thanksgiving? Yes. Well, there's no law, there's no sin. But Thanksgiving turkey, that turkey that's been sacrificed for the blood of my brothers and sisters, you better not eat it. Now, if this spoon was sharp, I'll stab you in your forehead. Nah, no, absolutely not, man. We don't celebrate Thanksgiving and any other holiday for that matter. Give me just a second. Hate. Give me just a second. I got something for you, brother. Here we go. Because what is Thanksgiving? If you're still there, what is Thanksgiving, brother? What is Thanksgiving? Thanksgiving is a feast day, right? It's not a high holy day. It's not a day of dedication. You know what I'm saying? It's not a high holy day. It's not a feast day of the Lord. All right. So Amos 5 and 21. It reads, I despise your feast days. Man, that's Thanksgiving. The Lord hates it. And I will not smell in your solemn assemblies. You know what I'm saying? That Thanksgiving turkey is an absolute abomination. You know what I'm saying? This is why people's houses burn down. You want a deep fried turkey because the meat's so dry. You know, you get this big butterball turkey and try to put in some little small, and you got the grease way too high, and the Lord's gonna allow your house to burn down. You're gonna get second and third degree burns on your nuggets trying to drop a stupid fat ass turkey down in a dang on uh a bath of grease, you know, to celebrate the slaughter of my brothers and sisters. Don't don't be around me eating no turkey. I'll be like, hey, my name's Quatazar like Tyrone, and I'm slapping the turkey out your mouth. I'll be in counsel. I guarantee you're not gonna do nothing about it. I'm trying to save your life, young man, young sister. You know what I mean? Forget that plate. You know how many brothers and sisters are going to have a lack of brotherhood and have an open disdain towards the Lord, mocking him. He says he hates it. And you're going to go and curse your mother out about a plate she threw out because it's been in there 3 days past Thanksgiving. And you just want your what do you call that? Your cranberry sauce. You got the Christmas blues. Like, no, let's have some brotherhood and recognize. The Lord hates it, therefore you should hate it. Hate what the Lord hates, man. All right, who we are according to this truth is who we need to know ourselves by, man. That's why we need to recognize, right? We need to know ourselves according to this truth, not according to the world. All right, so we're gonna go to John 5, 15 and 19 real quick. And then we're gonna get up through. All right, let's see here. John 15 and 19. John 15 and 19. And it reads, matter of fact, here we go. Start at 18. If the world hate you, if the world hates you, right? And it does, you know that it hated me before it hated you, right? It absolutely did. Christ was hated, man, you know, and because of him, we're hated. All right. Verse 19, if ye were of the world, man, if we were from the world, right? Like we're part of this world, which we're not, because the Lord chose us to be separate, man. We're a different vessel of honor, they're a vessel of dishonor, okay? The world would love his own. So that just tells us that we got to recognize we're not a part of this world. If we were so, we'd be accepted like those Africans, those Asians, those Hawaiians, and those East Indians, the Kamala Harrises, the Donald Trumps, the Barack Obamas. But the world rejects us, man. But because ye are not of the world, right? Recognize, but I have chosen you out of the world. Recognize again. All right. So to be in the world means you're going to celebrate Thanksgiving, whether it's tomorrow. Well, I think it's tomorrow. Yeah. Yeah. You're not supposed to be in the world. All right. Come up out of the world. All right. I have chosen you out of the world. Therefore, because of that, the world hated you. The world hated you. All right. Like it's plain and simple, right? This is a cesspool that we're trying to become the biggest turd in. How about we get up out this cesspool and flush it like we're supposed to, flush it away, man. There is nothing good. The world is given to the hand of the wicked. So if you want to be held in high esteem and be glorified in this world, you have to go into the hand of the wicked. And in their hand, oh my goodness, the obscene things you will do, you know, to get the glory and to find rest in squalor. Oh, I can't wait. I can't wait for this wicked kingdom to fall so that my people, God's chosen people, have to no longer deal with oppression. All right. So with that, we are the ISUPK, started 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York. All right. Rule for a new brother and sister. When a new brother or sister comes to the school, they are off limits for 6 months. They're to be saluted only. They're here to shed themselves of the world. All right. Shed yourself. And we just talked about that. You're here to shed yourself of the world. No matter how long it takes, brothers and sisters, endure. Keep shedding. You understand? Keep shedding. All right. They are to be here to show themselves to the world. If they need transportation, the teacher will arrange it. After 6 months, if a brother or sister has an interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to a brother or a sister. There's another 6 months in which a brother and sister will court each other. After a 6 month period, the brother and sister will get permission from the head to marry. Tithes. Pay your damn tithes. Pay your tithes. You understand? I'm Quatazar. This is an approved ISUPK message. Pay your tithes to the ISUPK or ISUPK.com in the form of donation. This is entitled tithes. All right. 10% of every penny of any increase the Lord gives you. My Aishia means a tenth in the Hebrew. Malachi 18 and 21. Malachi 3, 8 and 10. Sorry, Salakia. And Numbers 18 and 21. All right. You pay to the ISUPK online, man. Priest fund, a free will offering is not mandatory. Whatsoever amount you would like, the upcoming holy convocation is going to be the feast, the dedication, Hakanaka, which is tomorrow, I believe. Yeah. All right. Reminder for Akim and Akwati. If you have any questions, man, ISUPK.com. Whatever city you're in, I guess we have a camp there. Not you're close to a city where there's a camp leader or a captain, and you can get whatever answers you have. I mean, excuse me, whatever questions you have answered. All right, this is the information age. All right, you're so-called Black, Hispanic, Native American, Indian. We are here to help you. All right, my brothers, my sisters. All right. If any brother wants to be a trooper in the school, start wearing all black boots, shirt, headband, and scarf. All right. So with that, Majin, give me just a second. All right, which means to stand. All right, let me find out where the east is. So lock here. Well, Punjab with dummies turn to face the east. All right, it's that way. We're gonna do the Lord's Prayer in the Hebrew. Sisters, cover your head, brothers. Put on a headpiece or a scarf. All right, just repeat after me. Abanawa, Shabbat Shemayim, Kodash, Haya, Shamka, Yahweh, Malakka, Tabaha, Ratazayaka, Haya, Asha, Ba Ratazah, Kawa, Haya, Bashamayim, Nathundanawa, Nakam call Yawam, Wasalak Lanawa, Kabawaki Nawa, Kasalak Nawa, Kabawaki Nawa, Wala'a, Tabayana, Banasayawan, Gabor, Hawashayana, Mayan, Rai, Kayalaka, Hamalakwa, Wahala, Wahata Para, La'ayulamyam, Aman. What I just read in the Hebrew and the English, Our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name, Yahweh. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, in earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our debts as we forgive our debtors. Lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, the power, and the glory forever. So be it. It's the prayer for the power. Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushua, Babakashah, the thunder now, Ka, La Rapa'ah, Ka Makala, Wakal Marawa, Hakak, La Tahar, Hamatazarayim, Hakak, La Hakwim, Hamathiam, Hakak, Al Rakawath, Hatama'ala, Lagarshim, Ba'ashem Yahushua, Duwarama. In the English, Yahweh, in the name of Yahweh, please give us the power to heal all manner of sickness, all manner of disease, the power to cleanse the leper, the power to raise the dead, the power against unclean spirits to cast them out. In the name of Yahweh, thank you. So be it. Bless Israel. Yahweh, by Shem Yahushua, Barak Lanawa, Wayasharala, Wayabaya, Saparia, Barak, by Shem Yahushua, the Waterma. What I just said was, Yahweh, in the name of Yahushua, bless us and Israel and the school. In the name of Yahushua, thank you. So be it. All right, sorry, which means to turn and give one quick salute to the brothers. Men of Israel, Mother Shabbat, Amajim, Barak, Yahweh Shem Yahushua, Brakathum. Turn and face the sisters. All right, men of Israel, Ahmad Shabbat, Amajim, Barak, Yahushua Thabai Shem Yahushai. All right. So tune in tomorrow night, Wednesday night in Dayton, Ohio. Preaching Officer 1000, Yahweh Thumb. He's going to be teaching the law class. Tune in tomorrow night in Columbus, Ohio. All right. Preaching Officer 500, Kahan Sakan's going to be bringing out something heavy. Wednesday night, law class. All right. Shout out to Jeremiah Hyman, brother. Always his own time, man, especially with the counsel. If you get a counsel from Jeremiah Hyman, you don't listen, you not in this truth. And with that, a shalom, Israel.